Okay, so this is an awesome stretch series that can really help alleviate back pain. And we'll begin in child's pose. So try it out, knees apart, big toes touching, and you can just rest your forehead on your mat. And as you're here, think about pressing your hips away from you. And start to draw the breath in. And release the breath through the mouth. And you breathe in. See if you can pull the breath up your spine. And let's do one more. And then just start to walk your hands over to the left side. And then rest your head. Use your breath. And then walk your hands over to the right side. Now we'll walk our hands forward and then just come onto all fours and we'll take cat-cows. So start with the arch. And as you're here, slide your shoulders down your back and pull your tailbone up. And then press down and really round through the spine. So as you're here in this cat pose, push down with your hands and try to pick your back ribs up. And then go ahead and take your cow, sliding everything together, squeezing your vertebrae. And then we'll round. And then let's do one more. And so let's try this. You're going to reach your right arm up. And then you're going to take that right arm and thread it underneath your left. And try to rest your right ear on your mat. And then just try to pull your right hip back so you're opening up the whole right side of the torso. You can use your left hand as traction and kind of press the floor away from you. Deepen your breath. And then press yourself back up. And let's go to the other side. Left arm rises. And then just bring the hand and thread it underneath. Resting your ear on your mat. I'm kind of trying to get that arm just to really stretch forward. And you're using your breath to separate your shoulder blade. And then this right hand, you're kind of pressing down, creating traction. Coming all the way up. There's another one called wag the tail, and so you lift your foot up and just let your foot be relaxed, and you look over your right shoulder towards your right foot. You should feel a big stretch in the left side of your torso, and then you take the foot over your left shoulder and look over for your right foot. And do that again. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then we'll go to the other side, lifting up, and look over your left shoulder for your left foot. Big breath in. And exhale. Use your hands on the floor to create traction. So as you're looking over your left shoulder, you might even like kind of press your left hand down and push it away from you. And then you're using that right hand and pulling it towards you. One more. And then come into child's pose. And we'll roll ourselves up. So extend your arms in front of you and just start to round up one little vertebrae at a time. Come into a mermaid pose. You can always put blankets under your knees too if you need a little bit more support. We're just going to come onto the elbow and reach your arm away from you. And as you're reaching, push your hip away from your shoulder. And then you can start to rotate and tap the hand towards the floor and really push the lower back, mid back upward. Tuck your chin. And creating some mobility, open back to the side. And then round and reach the arm away from it. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then gently come up. And of course we go to the other side. So coming onto your elbow, reach the arm up and over. Just think about like stretching and lengthening, pressing your hip away from you as you reach your arm away. And then rotate and tap. And as you do this, round through the back and push your back up to the ceiling. And then find your mermaid side stretch. And then rotate. One more. Coming all the way up. Let's make our way onto our backs. And you're going to be pushing your lower back into the mat. And you're just taking these really nice knee circles. And ideally you're on a hard surface because you can kind of use that hard surface to push your back into it. And you'll get kind of a massage on your muscles that support your spine. And then let's go the other way. Rolling around. And then we'll take a figure 4 stretch. So one leg over the right or one leg over the thigh and bring your leg towards you. And as you're here, it's like you're really trying to push the knee out to the side, and then you might even lean over to one direction. And then we'll go to the other side. And you might take it in the opposite direction that the top knee is bent. Maybe even using your hand. And coming back to center, we're going to take a spine twist. So both knees will go over to the left. This one can be so healing. Open your arm out to the side and then rotate your head in that direction. Your breath is what will break up the tension or break up the knot. And then very carefully go to the other side. So sometimes this stretch can feel good, and it's just bringing the legs up and over. So if you have any hesitation towards this, definitely skip it. But it's possible we'll start to open up. So to get up and over, if this is not fluid and easy, what you can do is potentially put your feet on the wall and then lift up through your hips. In fact, do that a couple times just to warm it up. So you're just rolling through your spine, tucking the tailbone, lifting and lengthening up. And you're rolling down, keeping your tail tucked. Really press your feet into the wall. That will help to open up. And then you can bring your hips up. And then bring your hands underneath your hips. And potentially bring both legs behind you, and just keep your knees bent. You might even take them shoulder width apart. But as you're here, keep your hands behind you for support. And just use your breath and breathe through your whole back. And when you're ready to come down, you just lower one little vertebrae at a time, but try to find the control. And then let's flip over onto our bellies. And we'll just come into this Sphinx pose. So elbows underneath you, legs mat width apart, and then push down. Kind of feel your vertebrae contract, squeezing together. Use your breath to elongate your spine. And then lower all the way down. And press up into a child's pose. And then slowly roll up. And just use the floor as traction. Good. So those are a few stretches that can help open up your back so that it is operable throughout the day. All right, take care.